Mike Santana knew he couldn't go to Los Angeles alone. It was going to be a major trip. The TNA wrestling star was going to have one of the biggest matches of his career, against Mustafa Ali in a Falls Count Anywhere match at Rebellion. But it was second fiddle to the real attraction of the West Coast trip, going with his daughter, Ariana. It had been a few years since Santana wrestled in Los Angeles and the city was a bucket list trip for Ariana. Aside from his match, Santana and Ariana would do all of the touristy things in the City of Angels for some quality father-daughter bonding. The way he saw it, it was a trip he couldn't do without his daughter. It was also a trip that wouldn't be possible without her. A few years ago, Santana hit rock bottom. He was struggling with drug and alcohol abuse. Not only was his wrestling career in jeopardy, he wasn't the person he wanted his daughter to look up to. It was the end of 2022 when he realized the pain he was causing. His daughter made her Christmas list for Santa Claus, and in it, she wrote, "Please make my dad stop." That was enough for Santana to check himself into rehab. He knew the journey was going to be difficult. But now, more than 2 years later, Santana is flourishing, on a run that has him pushing toward great success. Even better, he has his daughter there to witness it. She's able to see her dad reach new heights, but she also has her dad again, and the two get to soak in the moment together. "It took a lot to get here, a lot of things that I had to deal with in my personal life," Santana told USA Today Sports. "It's been an amazing ride." Santana's recovery began as he finished his last year in All Elite Wrestling. His sobriety began in February 2023. He had his last match in October before he entered the realm of the unknown. Recovery is daunting, and not knowing what was next in his career added extra stress. There were goals, but there was uncertainty on whether they'd be attainable. "In the beginning, it was a tough ride because I decided to bet on myself," Santana said. "The one thing that I really knew out of everything, was I knew the work that I was willing to put in, and just hope and pray that it paid off." In April 2024, Santana returned to TNA after spending time with the company 5 years prior. And it's been nothing but a remarkable comeback to the promotion. A longtime tag team specialist, Santana has thrived as a solo competitor, able to showcase his talent and toughness while picking up victories against notable names. He defeated Moose at Bound for Glory, Frankie Kazarian at Turning Point and Josh Alexander in an "I Quit" match at Genesis. All major wins, but the win over Alexander was extra special for Santana. He recalled thinking, "Something's rocking," regarding his career trajectory after the signature win, but then came the part after the match when Alexander shook Santana's hand and praised him, essentially anointing him TNA's next superstar as Alexander left the company. "For him to have pretty much put me in his position, and pretty much passed the torch in that match and say it publicly and all that, it was a huge deal," Santana said. The momentum didn't stop there. Santana then entered a heated feud with Ali, culminating with the Falls Count Anywhere match at Rebellion. The match stole the show, with both stars putting their bodies on the line with all sorts of signature, brutal spots around the arena. By the end, Santana was bleeding, but he picked up the victory against Ali in what was arguably the best match in TNA this year. After the momentous victory, Santana now has his eyes set on the TNA World Championship. The title holder, Joe Hendry, believes the challenger is on his way. "Mike is certainly on the path to be the guy," Hendry said. "I think having people like that rise up to that main event spot is exciting. The sky's the limit for Santana. While he has executed all of the plans he's made, he is now trying to not get caught up in what could happen next." But Ariana isn't afraid to predict her dad's future. She believes he will be in WWE and make it on the main roster. Mike Santana inspires fans and daughter. "All of the in-ring success has been nice, but the work Santana is really proud of is being an inspiration to those that have, or know someone who has, battled the same issues he dealt with. He could have kept his addiction and recovery a private matter, but Santana chose to be public about it. The sky's the limit for Santana. While he has executed all of the plans he's made, he is now trying to not get caught up in what could happen next." But Ariana isn't afraid to predict her dad's future. She believes he will be in WWE and make it on the main roster. Mike Santana inspires fans and daughter. "All of the in-ring success has been nice, but the work Santana is really proud of is being an inspiration to those that have, or know someone who has, battled the same issues he dealt with. He could have kept his addiction and recovery a private matter, but Santana chose to be public about it.